Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We're still discussing this verse. We almost finished. وَإِذْ أَخَذَ رَبُّكَ مِنْ بَنِي آدَمَ مِنْ ظُهُورِهِمْ. We almost finished with this hadith that, we discussed that Allah Ta'ala took the covenant, etc., from Bani Adam, right? And then that Allah Ta'ala, all the progeny was extracted from the back of Adam alayhi salam, and they were made to promise they will only worship Allah Ta'ala alone. They won't worship anybody besides Allah Ta'ala. Then the author Tafseer ibn Katheer, he brought a few hadith, and we discussed, and obviously I told you the hadith is the tafsir. The hadith is the tafsir of the Quran. In our previous period, we were discussing that you get this Quran only people, they only believe in the Quran, and they discredited the hadith. They say, they got many objections. I've been in chat with them, a lot of discussions with him. They say, how could one person narrate so many hadiths and all that type of thing, etc., etc. And but remember, the Quran cannot be practiced without the hadith. The Quran cannot be practiced. The Quran speaks about salah, but how many salahs, how many rakats, right, etc. The Quran speaks about zakat. You must just, so I ask the people, okay, you say you accept the injunction of zakat. They say, yes, we accept the injunction of zakat. So how much zakat you must give? They say, no, you must give according to how you can afford. If you're rich, you must give a lot. If you must give little. So that's the open-ended thing, right? Then they also say that what is they say there is no way in the Quran it says zakat must go to Muslims. You can pay your zakat to non-Muslims also. And then and the other one is this here also. They say there's no way in the Quran that says women must cover her hair. That's why you see this Quran only people. I know them very well. All the women folk, they have their hair open. They have their hair open. They say that ayat in the Quran, Yudnina alayna min jalabibihin. They say it refers to a lower garment. So long as from the neck down you are modestly dressed. So the fact of the matter is this, that when you exclude the hadith, you will have, so imagine now, you imagine a woman is walking with her hair open, right? She doesn't have a scarf on her head, and obviously a beard is not in the Quran, etc. What type of Islam is that? They say music is also halal because there's no prohibition in the Quran about music. What type of Islam is that? Does that have Islam? Imagine a woman with her hair open listening to music. Does that have any resemblance to the Islam that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam brought us? So this whole thing about rejecting the hadith is actually a guise to promote a new modern version of Islam, to promote a version of Islam that is compatible to the West, right? So I was telling you that your first port of call, your first point of departure is when you want to understand the Quran, you must look at the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? So yeah, so I was telling you, yes, Ibn Kathir brought a few hadith to give us extra details to help us understand this verse that Allah Ta'ala extracted from the back of Adam alayhi salam. All of the progeny will come to Qiyamah Day and they were all made to promise that we're going to worship Allah Ta'ala alone. So that is our covenant to Allah Ta'ala that we'll worship Him. So if anybody in this dunya worships besides Allah Ta'ala, they make shirk, they worship Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, they make him a god, etc., etc., then this person is going against the Prophet, is going against the promise that he gave Allah Ta'ala, right? Right, so there's about two hadiths left. We'll just try to remember today is last day. Tomorrow we're breaking, inshallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, for 2 weeks. So we just discuss, we'll try to finish this two hadith before we break, inshallah. Bismillah, read at least one today, inshallah. Right, so عن هشام ibn Hakim رضي الله عنه, narrated on Tariq Hisham ibn Hakim, once أن رجلا, a person asked Nabi Sallam, Ya Rasulullah, أتبدأ بالأعمال, right? أم قضي الأمر, أتبدأ بالأعمال أم قضي الأمر, Ya Rasulullah, should we be making effort or has our fate been sealed already, right? So Nabi Sallam said, ثم أشهدني على أنفسهم ثم أفاض بهم في كفيه ثم قال هؤلاء في الجنة وهؤلاء في النار. So he said, Nabi Sallam said in response, Inna Allah qad akhadha dhurriyata Adam min dhurim. Allah Ta'ala is extracted, akhadha means extracted, right, the progeny of Adam from their backs. ثم أشهدهم, then he made them a witness ala anfusim, upon himself, right? Made him witness against himself. ثم أفاض بهم. Then he spread them out in his palms. ثم قال هؤلاء في الجنة. This group here will go to Jannah. وهؤلاء في النار. And this people will go to the fire. فأهل الجنة ميسرون لأهل الجنة. So those people that Allah Ta'ala said they are going to go to Jannah, it will be made easy for them the actions of Jannah. وأهل النار, and the people of the fire, ميسرون لعمل أهل النار, it will make easy for them, that it will be beautified for them the actions of Jahannam. Right now, look now, the next part is important, right? Read. Right. So they're saying here we mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4 hadiths, right? And each one had more or less the same message, but some of them had a bit extra meaning. So he's saying فَهَؤُلَاءِ الْحَدِيث دَالَةٌ. All of these hadith, they point أن الله عز وجل استخرج ذرية آدم من قلبه. Allah Ta'ala extracted, he removed the progeny of Adam alayhi salam from his back, right? Carry on. And then he distinguished, he differentiated between the people of Jannat and the people of Jahannam. وأما الإشهادين, as with regards to Allah Ta'ala, وأما الإشهاد عليهم هناك بأن ربهم, with regards to him making them a witness in Alam al-Alas that he's their Rabb, right? Yeah. So فما هو إلا, so this is not except in the hadith of Kulthum ibn Jubair and Sa'id ibn Jubair, which is narrated from Ibn Abbas. So this part about saying Alastu bi Rabbikum is in that hadith there, right? Yeah. So وفي حديث عبد الله بن عمر, and also in the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar, وقد بينا أنهما موقوفان لا مرفوعان كما تقدم. And we explained that these hadith here that speak about this part, right? Alastu bi Rabbikum, it is a mawquf hadith. It means it is not attributed to Rasulullah, right? It's not marfu, right? Carry on. ومن ثم القائلون من السلف والخلف إن المراد بهذا الإسناد إنما هو إنما هو فطرهم على التوحيد. So because this hadith which says that I am not your Rabb, it is not proven from all the hadith. It's only mentioned in some of the hadith, right? So some ulama, they interpreted it to mean this, that Allah Ta'ala didn't really say Alastu bi Rabbikum, but it refers to the fitrah. You know that Allah Ta'ala created in man the natural disposition to gravitate towards Tawheed, right? Right, like how it is also in the hadith of Abu Huraira and Izaz ibn Himar al-Mujashi, right? Okay, Adwan and Azim is here. We'll stop there. So we'll tie this up. Just a few ibarat left, and we finish this hadith. Inshallah, when we start in the next term, the 4th of July, we'll start with the new verse, inshallah. So we'll just tie this up tomorrow nicely. There's few lines. We'll finish this verse by tomorrow, inshallah. Mulana is here now. So we'll start with Mishkat number 2. Subhanallah. Subhanakallah.